What is up, ladies and gentlemen? And as you can see, I am live from Chase Center right now. My name is Chris Watkins, joining you, of course, from Chase Center, following the Sacramento Kings loss tonight in Game 3 of the first round of the Western Conference. It was there's a lot of words to try and describe how this game ended up today. The first that comes to mind is really just sloppy. A sloppy performance all around from both teams. Sorry, I had to look at the score there. It was 114-97 tonight. The Sacramento Kings fall to the Golden State Warriors. Really big performance tonight out of Steph Curry, 36 points for him, 6 made threes. Kevon Looney also had a huge night on the boards, 4 points for Loon, 20 total rebounds for Kevon Looney, 9 assists for him as well. Of course, no Draymond Green tonight as he was suspended after stomping on the chest of Sabonis at the end or in the fourth quarter of Game 2 of this series. Like I said, it was a sloppy night for Sacramento. Puts in their worst shooting performance of the season, and I really don't even think it's close. Tied for the second lowest scoring total of the season, 97 points. Season low field goal percentage, 38% from the field. Third lowest three-point percentage of the season, 24%. And again, it all leads to the Sacramento Kings falling tonight, 97-114 to the defending champions. Let's just do a nice little thought dump here. Coming into this game, clearly the story was going to be about how the Warriors were going to respond to Draymond Green's absence. Obviously, a key piece to their championships, and it was a question of how Golden State would defend. Obviously, Draymond Green is probably the team's best defender. We were expecting to see a lot of zone tonight. Really didn't get too much zone. Golden State matched up in a man defense and really gave Sacramento problems from the start. Sacramento all series long has been the one that has been the first to punch in the mouth and especially set the tone defensively with the physicality. Tonight it was all about Golden State doing that. They took that and they ran with it all night long. They were just a more aggressive team, more physical team, and you had to know Sacramento wasn't going to get the benefit of the whistle tonight, not just because of all the talk leading into this game about the Warriors not getting a fair whistle, not because Draymond Green was controversially suspended, but mainly because this is what happens in the playoffs. When you play at home, you just tend to get a better whistle. And I don't think tonight was really that big of a discrepancy when you look at the total foul calls. Really not that big of a discrepancy between the two teams. Also, just in terms of free throws, Golden State didn't take too many more free throws than Sacramento. Golden State finished with 23 free throws. Sacramento also finished with 23 free throws. But really the story for Sacramento is just couldn't hit their shots tonight. Really couldn't hit anything all night long. It was tough for all of their shooters. Keegan Murray puts another rough performance together. He had 6 points on 1 of 5 from the perimeter. Harrison Barnes tonight, 3 of 7 from the perimeter. Finished with a pretty quiet 17 points. Kevin Huerter as well, 1 of 6 from 3. De'Aaron Fox was the only starter who really felt like they were knocking down his perimeter shots. He was 3 of 6. Didn't end the game off too well. Fox almost finishes off with a triple-double tonight, 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. Golden State made it a really, really tough matchup tonight for Sabonis. Again, Kevon Looney, if I have to give a player of the game for tonight's game, it's absolutely Kevon Looney, not just for his rebounding, not just for his assist total, but for the way that he really took on the matchup of Sabonis as a one-on-one matchup and really owned that matchup all night long. I'm really impressed just with Looney in total for this series. He's been really big for Golden State. And again, stepping up tonight without Draymond Green, I thought, to me, Kevon Looney is tonight's player of the game. And all the talk today should be about how well Kevon Looney played because, yeah, he only finishes with 4 points. But again, 20 rebounds for Looney and 9 assists. That's not a big part of his game is dishing, and for him to step up when Draymond's out. Draymond obviously is huge in terms of getting assists for this team. Looney steps up big with a career high, ties a career high tonight in rebounds and assists. Also in that first quarter, Looney had 6 offensive rebounds. That's the most by any Golden State Warrior in a first half in the last 25 years. So clearly, Golden State knew that they were going to have to win tonight within the margins. You know, Sacramento has been dominating the turnover battle, dominating just a lot of the little things, offensive rebounds, turnovers specifically, and tonight that was the key to success for Golden State. Neither team really shot well, especially for the first 2.5, 3 quarters. Golden State eventually turned it on late, as you figured they would. But it was the story for Sacramento again was just could not knock down their shots to save their life. And now we sit here at Chase Center heading into Game 4. We have a 2-1 series, ladies and gentlemen, and people like to say that it's the series doesn't officially start until the road team wins. I disagree with that sentiment. I think it's not really a series until both teams win a game. And now Golden State has done that. They have won their game. There was a chance that Sacramento obviously could have came in tonight. If they would have taken care of business, they could have gone up 3-0. Teams are 147-0 when going up 3-0 in a series, so it would have been all but over. You had to know Golden State was going to really leave it all out there, throw the kitchen sink at them tonight. And, Golden State left the door open. This was absolutely a winnable game for the Sacramento Kings, but just weren't able to knock down their shots and really picked a really terrible time to have their worst performance of the season. And it's frustrating, again, just a really, really big opportunity for this team tonight to potentially seal a first round, all but seal a first round victory here. And just a missed opportunity, but they'll have another one on Sunday right back here in Chase Center, 12:30 tip on Sunday. And, Sacramento is going to have to try and take one on the road, because if they can manage to go back home up 3-1 for Game 5, then you already know Golden One Center is going to be raucous and ready for that. Let's go to the comments here. I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts about tonight's game. Obviously, incredibly frustrating. If anybody was at the watch party tonight, definitely want to know how that went. I assume it was crazy in there. Obviously, would have been a whole lot better if the Kings would have honestly put together a better performance tonight. I'm sure Golden One Center would have been rocking tonight, but just frankly not much to cheer about tonight. It was a really it wasn't a bad game to watch. I just think it was really sloppy and
bad game to watch.
This
is one of the ugliest games I've watched in years. This looked like the Kings and the Warriors were playing in 2008.
It was just a lot of missed shots in my opinion.
Yeah, it was a load of garbage on offense.
It was not fun.
It wasn't fun on defense either.
It was definitely not fun, and I just feel like I feel like it's a missed opportunity. Honestly, like they really had an opportunity to take this tonight and just missed shots. It's really disappointing because it sucks that I think they honestly got some really good shots off, just didn't fall, and that's been the story really all series long. Unfortunately,
what's interesting is
just took over.
No, I didn't mean to take over, but you said this game was not entertaining to watch. This was an awful basketball game. I'm sorry, you just triggered me.
Bad. I really didn't think it was that bad. It was unfortunate that they missed shots that made it bad, but I thought the compete level was at least pretty high, and it was just if the teams would have made their shots, I think that we're looking at this game a whole lot different. But I guess they didn't. So
the one stat that sticks out to me though is the Kings. Thank you. By the way, it's not a suit jacket. It's just a sport coat. I look good. I get that. I looked it up tonight. StatMuse had it. The Kings, when shooting 30 plus threes, their lowest percentage in the regular season was 36.5 in a game on 30 plus. Tonight and the game before is the first time, or 2 straight games they've shot under 25%.
47 threes tonight. Wow. I did not realize by the end of tonight they took 47 threes and Golden State took 50. I know Golden State took 18 at the end of that first quarter. It was clearly part of their game plan to just put them up tonight. And, both teams, frankly, really did put them up. There was a lot of times where the shot selection wasn't excellent at point, but clearly there was an objective from both teams to just put up as many triples as possible. And like I said, they did not fall pretty much all night long, but they eventually fell for Golden State, and that's frankly what won them the game.
Yeah, I didn't mean to crash your party. I was offended. You thought the game was fun to watch.
I'm sorry. Put in the comments. Did you think tonight was fun? I mean, it was obviously not a fun result. I didn't mind the quality of play too much. I can't lie. That's when it wasn't great to see them miss shots all night long, but I think the quality of shots that they took were pretty decent. Just again, didn't fall tonight, and definitely made it a little bit tougher to watch. But it was a competitive game, I think, for about 3 quarters there, and then Golden State really pulled it out late. Let me get my stats here and my notes going. Terrible. Okay. All right. I guess people weren't happy. Let's see here. Let's see. Interesting here from Matthew. It's just frustrating that NBA players do not post up nearly as much as they attempt 3-point shots in the game. Honestly, I thought that they did run a lot of post ups for Domas. It is this. I definitely agree with you, Matthew, that the Kings did not need to take 47 threes tonight, and I know a couple of those were at the end of the game. But if you're not hitting your threes at some point, you got to try something else. And twos weren't really working either, but there was a good portion of this game where they were getting into the paint. I just felt like they weren't being the aggressor, especially offensively. It didn't feel like they were willing themselves to the rim. But it was just one of those nights, Clearly, it was not the Sacramento Kings night. They weren't hitting nearly enough shots, and you're just not going to win much of any games when you shoot 23% from 3 and 38% from the field. This team has bounced back. I completely agree, Jesse. This team has found ways to bounce back all year long. They have not had a losing streak of longer than 3 games since, I think, November, December. It'll be interesting, though. I mean, this is a whole different beast. We're talking about a team that was 30-8 at home this season in Golden State, and this is not an easy place to try and steal a win here. But that's exactly what the Kings are going to try and do on Sunday, is to steal a win. And again, head home on on Sunday night, up 3-1. That's the goal. That's all you can do. You got to try and flush this game away. Can't dwell on it too much. I don't know if there's really a lot that, Mike offensively can take from tonight. Again, just didn't hit their shots. I think that they had enough good looks, especially early in this game, but if you're not going to make them, you're not going to win. Not going to win the game, and it was tough. It was really, really tough to watch Kevon Looney just really dominate on the rebounds. And I thought, frankly, I hate to say it, but I just don't think Domantas Sabonis played a good game today. He clearly is struggling with the physicality of Kevon Looney. Clearly, also struggling to find passing lanes. Golden State has done a good job of really taking away those passing lanes, taking away cutters, and making life difficult off the DHO just with meeting the guy at the other side of the screen. And, you got to adjust. This is what postseason basketball is about. Golden State has taken that away the first 3 games. I think today is Sabonis's highest assist game of this playoff so far with 4. But we all know that Sabonis should be a routine 6 to 7 assists easy, and Golden State's just not making it easy for him. They're really making him make his decisions quick, and they're giving him a lot of space, and I think it's really throwing him off just because he's having to think about what he wants to do instead of just doing it. And that's part of playoff basketball is trying to put guys in uncomfortable situations. And frankly, tonight Sacramento just didn't do a good enough job of making Golden State take tough shots. I think they did in the first half for sure, but typically we see this team come out in the second half looking different, making adjustments, and we really didn't see much of any adjustments tonight, especially in that third quarter. I think Sacramento was lucky to pull even in that third quarter. And keep it at 12 points, because in that third quarter, it felt like Golden State was ready to pull away, and they eventually did in that fourth. It does seem like Sabonis is definitely hesitant to go inside the paint sometimes. I think it is just a matter of he's kind of used to all season long quarterbacking a little, if you will, where he gets the ball in the high post and will wait for his cutters to cut and movement to happen and then make his decision. With Golden State taking it away, he's kind of having to go through the mental checks of, okay, that's taken away. Now we go to this. Now we counter to this. And you can see the wheels are spinning. And again, that's a win for Golden State. If Golden State can get Sabonis thinking and to be hesitating and to, just not be going, I think that's exactly what Golden State wants him to do, and he's falling right into their hands right now. And again, that's not necessarily just on Domantas Sabonis playing poorly. That's also Kevon Looney not giving any ground at all. I mean, Sabonis is trying to bang with him. He's trying to go into the post with him, and Looney's just not only Looney. I saw Klay Thompson as well battling in the post. Golden State's not making it easy for Domantas Sabonis at all. They know how important he is to this Kings offense, and they understand that if you can take away not only Sabonis's points, but the points that he generates off of assists as well, that's going to throw a huge wrench in this Kings offense. And that's a big reason why we're seeing struggles from Keegan Murray, why we're seeing Kevin Huerter struggle so much. So I thought Kevin actually had quite a few good looks today that he just didn't knock down. But if you can take Domantas Sabonis away, it's not just about taking his numbers away. It's about taking away the numbers that he generates as well. Let's see here. Interesting. Carlos here talking about the referees. I didn't have too big of an issue with how this game was officiated. I thought, if I had to give a verdict, I for sure would say, maybe Golden State was allowed to be a little bit more physical, especially at the rim. And, I'm seeing KMBR here. Jay's showing me KMBR posted a light the beam meme outside Chase Center. That's to be expected, to be expected. I did hear like one or two fans try and get a light the beam chant going in here as a troll, and didn't really take off. Yeah, it didn't take off. I will say this. How about this? Well, let's make something positive about today, at least from a Sacramento standpoint. Here at Chase Center, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful state-of-the-art arena. Was not even touching anywhere near how loud Golden One Center got for those first two games. I mean, it was a pretty packed house today. There was definitely good energy in the crowd. Warrior fans seemingly get into it as the game gets going. There wasn't a lot of pregame hype, and they definitely weren't cheered in for 10 minutes straight like it felt like it was at Golden One Center. But
I feel like the crowd cared more about E40 than the Warriors.
100%. E40 definitely, that is a great point. E40 definitely got the biggest pop of the night. They showed E40 on the video screen, I think in the late fourth quarter, and he definitely got the biggest pop of the night. Obviously, with that whole situation going down at Golden One Center, Warrior fans here were very welcoming of Mr. 40 Water. Let's see here. It's going through the comments. I mean, it's completely. I mean, I completely agree with this. They're tough at home. They for sure got away with a lot of contact, but that was expected. 100%. I mean, this is, we were talking about it all day today on the station. Just, you had to expect that Golden State not necessarily would get the benefit of the whistle, but just that the game was going to be a little bit called differently. And, I think Golden State was definitely allowed at the rim to be a little bit more physical than what we saw Sacramento. But again, I don't necessarily think that was the reason that we saw the result that we did today. I definitely think Golden State just played good enough to win. They obviously wouldn't say that they shot the lights out or played incredible tonight, but Defensively, I thought, again, they forced Sacramento into a lot of tough decisions. I think they had Sacramento settling a lot. De'Aaron Fox, I think, ended up with 9 3-point attempts tonight. Golden State will live with that every single day of this series. They just frankly need to be able to hit their open shots. Keegan Murray, again, 1 of 5 from 3, a lot of open looks. Kevin Huerter, 1 of 6 from 3, a lot of open looks. And you just got to knock them down. You're not gonna be handed these games. Also, yeah, very big here. Forgot to mention Malik Monk, someone who's been massive for Sacramento this series, averaging 25 points a game through 2 games. Only finished with 4 points tonight, 1 of 9 from the field for Malik. So, again, just another sign of you got to hit your shots. And if you're not going to get contributions from guys that you've been relying on all series long, it just makes it that much tougher. And, you didn't have anybody on the bench really step up for Sacramento. That's been massive for them. That bench advantage has just been huge. And tonight, get a combined, let's see here, 9, 12, 14, 16, 17, 20 points from the bench for Sacramento. That is by far the lowest total of this playoff so far. Golden State gets 19, 25 off of their bench. Mainly, again, Moses Moody, I thought, had impact right when he came in right away, knocked down 2 triples right in the corner. Didn't hit another one for the game, but I thought the fact that they were able to play Moses Moody for 16 minutes tonight and get, pretty solid minutes, I think was a big sign. Sacramento also, for the first 2 games, a big part of the victories and pulling away was in the non-Steph Curry minutes. That was really the key for Sac, and that was when they would get the lead, and Golden State really would have no answer, just not having enough firepower. And tonight, that wasn't the story. Golden State was able to manage those non-Curry minutes, and it was a big reason why they were able to pull out the win tonight. Big stuff from Golden State. No, you're fine, man. Don't worry. Let's see here. Don't worry. Let's see. You're totally fine, bro. Don't worry about it. Let's see here. Definitely intrigued to hear what Coach Brown has to say about this one tonight. If I had to guess, let's see here. I think my mic just switched out. There we go. Can't dwell on this one for too long. Again, you gotta shake it off. You have another game on Sunday morning, and another opportunity. Again, just another opportunity that you have to look at as another opportunity to go up 3-1 in this series. But also, you can't forget, Draymond Green's coming back in that game 4. They're going to have a lot of energy. I'm sure Draymond's going to come out incredibly hyped. He's going to try and prove something. Obviously, them getting the win today without Draymond, I expect to see some funny takes tomorrow, just in terms of, Golden State might actually not need Draymond Green, especially with how Kevon Looney performed tonight. I can just already foresee the takes coming. And you're completely right. Right here, you want to win with Draymond on the floor because you don't want any asterisks, okay? I think through these first 2 games, obviously Draymond Green played for 1 3/4 of the game so far, but the Kings outplayed Golden State flat out at home. There was nothing tricky about it. Both teams, again, wouldn't say that they've played their best through, honestly, the first 3 games of this series. So for Sacramento to get the first 2 results, I think is huge. And again, just like the comment says, we want to win with Draymond on the floor because we don't want excuses. Okay, we're already seeing the excuses coming in from Golden State with the referees and with the foul calls. We want to win straight up and just prove that we're a better team on the floor. And I think tonight was definitely a minor setback, but again, you have another opportunity on Sunday to make things right. Let's see here. Yeah, gonna blame it on Carmichael Dave, 100%. I definitely, I don't see anything wrong with that. Dave definitely had something to do with it tonight. Haven't quite figured it out what exactly to blame on Dave, but definitely felt like there was some major Carmichael Dave bad juju in the building tonight. So blame Dave. I completely agree. Ban the gray floors. People are really upset about this gray floors. Can someone explain to me what's wrong with the gray floor? I'm seeing multiple people in here saying the gray floor blinded people. Let's not make some bogus excuses here. I'd love to blame the floor on the missed shots, but frankly, ladies and gentlemen, you just got to hit them. There was a lot of open looks tonight, and I know people are trolling, but it's disappointing. It's just disappointing. And again, yeah, you just got to be on to the next one, and hopefully they can be, because this environment can be a little intimidating. You can definitely feel that there's been some big games played in here, and some big moments have happened in here. And when the Warriors get things going, the crowd, I did mention they're no Golden One center, but there's definitely an energy to this crowd when things get rolling. Steph Curry's obviously a big part of that, but it just feels like an avalanche is coming when things are going well for Golden State at home. And you got to be able to fight through that. And again, just not dwell too much on anything. You got to be on to the next play. And you can kind of feel a couple different times tonight that the guys felt momentum really, really shift. And they did try and fight through it. They played their guys pretty late into the game today, but just was not their night really from the jump. Let's see here. A lot of Warrior fans hopping in here. Hope y'all are having fun for sure. Great. I remember when I first won the first playoff game of 2023 first round. That's cute. That's cute.
All the Warriors fans in there, your mother.
Yeah, I agree. I second that. Your mother and your father, actually. Boom. Roasted. Let's see here. Sabonis got depressed by gray floor. Yeah, Casey, again, for those who are just tuning in, Kings' lowest shooting percentage of the season. Also have some other notes on the shooting. Second lowest scoring total of the season with 97 points. Season low field goal percentage, 38%. Third lowest three-point percentage, 24%. Just making it hard on yourself, man. If you're not going to hit shots, especially against this team, especially against this Golden State Warriors team, you're going to ask for a Herculean defensive effort in order to even be in the game if you're going to shoot that poorly. I didn't think the defense, while we're talking about defense, I didn't think the defense was all that terrible. I didn't think they had nearly the same amount of energy that they had at Golden One Center. Obviously, on the road, you have to kind of create your own momentum, especially when things start to go bad. You have to, just as a group, you're going to have to collect yourselves and build your own energy. And that's really tough, especially again, in this building. I think it's really hard to not feel those massive momentum swings. But it was there for points tonight. It just wasn't there for the entire game. I will say that. Andrew Wiggins again continues to be a problem for this team. Doesn't feel like they have many solutions for slowing him down. He's been really good, really, since he joined the series. Obviously, coming back from not playing the last 2-ish months of the season, Wiggins doesn't seem to have missed a step. 8 of 16 tonight, 20 points, was Golden State's second leading scorer. Jordan Poole got the start tonight with Draymond out. Didn't shoot too well from the floor, 4 of 13, 1 of 7 from 3. He finishes with 16 points. Klay Thompson, quiet. That's kind of been Klay's series so far. It's just been a quiet series. The first 2 games, he hit some really, really big shots down the stretch in both games of the fourth quarter. Tonight, didn't really need him. He hit some shots again in the fourth quarter, but kind of scary. If you're a Sacramento Kings fan, you don't like the fact that Klay really hasn't made his imprint yet on this series. You have to figure that's going to happen at some point. Obviously, Klay has quite the history going against the Sacramento Kings team, and you just hope that when that moment eventually does happen, the Kings are shooting a lot better and are able to manage Klay's scoring burst. Let's see here. Going through the comments. Ugly floor. More people complaining about the floor. Let me look at this floor for a second. I did notice there's a gradient to it. I definitely am now seeing the gray, but I don't have a problem with it. I think the court's pretty nice. I think it is pretty nice. Kings, that's a good point, Eric. Kings missed over 33s tonight. Over 33s tonight. Not great. Not great. And, let's see here. Man, oh man. Again, if I had to give a player of the game for tonight, obviously Stephen Curry had an incredible performance. 36 points from Steph. He's not, you don't necessarily expect 36 points every night from Steph, but that's pretty regular for Stephen Curry, especially in these kind of big games. If I had to give a player of the game, I would definitely give it to Kevon Looney, just for his efforts and for really making Golden State not miss Draymond much at all tonight. Again, 20 rebounds for Kevon Looney, 9 assists for him, and Moses Moody again with a big game off the bench. Let's see here. It's another good point here from Lorraine. Foul trouble for both of our shooters for sure. Kevin Huerter. It was really weird to see Huerter in the kind of foul trouble he was. This is, I believe, the second straight game that he's found himself in some real foul trouble. Tonight, I believe he ended up with 5 fouls. Yeah, 5 personal fouls for Kevin Huerter, 5 fouls for Keegan. Keegan picked up those fouls really early. He picked up 3. They kept him in. Keegan still only... Man, yeah, Keegan has really struggled. Only hit 1 3 tonight, his first 3 of the series. Played 21 minutes, which is a series high so far, but really hasn't been able to be in for extended run tonight. De'Aaron Fox was 1 assist away from a triple-double. Should mention that for sure. Who was your player of the game if you had to give one tonight? Obviously, if I have to give some candidates, again, Kevon Looney, Steph Curry, and Andrew Wiggins would probably be in my top 3 for sure. Let's see. Is there any meat that I've left on this bone? Let's see here. I guess we can talk about PJ Dozier did hit a 3. I guess if anything, again, just to kind of go back to the bench performance, which has just been huge for Sacramento all series long. They've relied on their bench. Trey Lyles, obviously, with the big first game. Malik Monk with the big first and second game. Davion Mitchell played really well in that second game as well. It's a cliche. I think Shaq is the one who kind of made it popular, but your role players tend to play a lot better at home than on the road, and that absolutely bared out for Sacramento. None of their bench players scored more than 5 points. That was Davion Mitchell. I don't think Davion had quite the impact that he was having at Golden One Center. Didn't knock down, story of everybody, but didn't knock down his open looks when he had him today. Thought that would have been pretty big for him. He was just a little bit more limited today. Obviously he brought the defensive intensity, but Curry Steph was on another one today, and they kept running that high pick and roll with Steph pretty much the second he crossed half court. So they really couldn't stick anyone on him, and it was just a tough night all around. Tough night all around for everybody. I definitely don't think anybody would necessarily say that they had a great game or even a good game on Sacramento's side. Obviously, De'Aaron Fox being close to the triple-double is about as close as you can say to having a good game, but 9 of 22 from the field. It's just not great. Just not great from anybody. Nobody really played well enough to win tonight. And again, just got to collect yourself and not dwell on it too much and come ready on Sunday. Let's see here. I think that might be it. Unless anybody else has anything to say, anything else to add, anything else to talk about. Barnes 1 rebound for sure. Again, yeah, just in general, it didn't feel like Sacramento was having too many people crash the glass. Of course, Domantas Sabonis finished with 16 rebounds. De'Aaron Fox, who am I talking about? De'Aaron Fox had 9. I didn't say specifically, but yeah, 5 of 27 from the Kings bench. Not great. Not ideal. The Kings bench also was 0 of 8, 0 of 13, 3 of 15 from 3. Also not great. And just for whatever reason, I don't know what's happening with the Kings from the perimeter this series, but they cannot, for the life of them, they cannot hit a 3 to start these games. I mean, this is the third straight game where it has taken them. I think they were 0 of 7 from 3 to start tonight. They were 0 of 10 to start in game 2 and 0 of 8 to start in game 1. Yeah, they were 0 of 6 to start tonight until Davion Mitchell came in and hit the first 3. It's big, man. The starters aren't hitting threes. Harrison eventually knocked down a couple, but again, Kevin Huerter hasn't knocked his down. Keegan Murray hasn't knocked his down either. That's a really big key for Sacramento, is stretching the floor. And it makes it a whole lot easier for Golden State to defend as well. You know, they can really pack the paint and prevent De'Aaron and Domas from doing their work inside the paint if they can just dare Sacramento shooters to shoot. And if they're not hitting, there's really no threat, and they can sag off even more and make it even more difficult for Sacramento to get those paint touches that are so necessary with their system to find those open shooters on the perimeter. Just disappointing. Again, you got to be able to knock down your shots if you want to be a threat. I'm a Trey Lyles guy for sure, but 0 of 6 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3 tonight. Tough. I can go down, and the problem is you can go down everybody. You can go down every single person who played tonight for Sacramento and really nitpick something about their stats. They just have to be better all the way around. Really not much to it. You're not going to win many games, if any, playing the way they did tonight. And again, just a really unfortunate time for them to play one of their worst games of the season. Absolutely agree with Samantha Sharp here. Demonis just needs to be better, straight up. Absolutely. Like he just is thinking too much on the floor, and it's really surprising to me that he's not being able to get that physicality down in the paint. It feels like he's trying to back these guys down, and he's just not having the strength to do it. Not sure what that's about. Domas, we know, is one of the strongest guys in this league, but the fact that he's not being able to throw his weight around like I feel like he should is pretty frustrating. And yeah, he's just looked off, and it's unfortunate because we know how big of a piece he can be for the Sacramento Kings team. I did think, you know what, shout out AK here. This is pretty much what I'm talking about when I say at the rim. I thought the refs just let a little bit more go for Golden State around the rim. It felt like Sabonis was really getting beat up in the paint. Felt like a couple times there were some verticalities some things that they called verticalities that just looked like a lot of contact to me. But again, wasn't the difference tonight. Was not the difference tonight at all. The difference was the fact that Sacramento couldn't hit anything. I legitimately think me and Jay Mars here could have suited up and shot as poorly as Sacramento did tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm really good at missing shots.
I'm great at it. I don't think there's anyone better than me at completely bricking everything. Yeah, I mean, again, I've said it probably 5 times tonight, but you just have to be better. If you want to win these games, this is the playoffs. You're not going to, Sacramento was honestly fortunate to be able to pull out the 2 wins that they did while not shooting the way that you would expect them to. Tonight was just kind of an extreme example of how poorly they can shoot the ball. And you're just not going to win a lot of games shooting the way they did. Flat out. 38% from the field, 23% from 3. Not good enough. And I haven't even mentioned the free throws either. 69% from the free throw line, 16 to 23. That's a lot of left points out there. And again, if you can just keep it closer with your free throws, not even necessarily win the game, a lot of the time you can point to, 8 missed free throws, you lost by 8. Again, this game might have even been just if Sacramento could have put enough pressure on Golden State for long enough. All they needed was just one good stretch of shooting, and they could have been in it tonight. And they really could have. the game was for the taking. Golden State did not play as well as they have played in the past, and the game was absolutely for the taking, and just couldn't do it. Couldn't take advantage, and be back on Sunday right here, same place at Chase Center. 12:30 tip on Sunday. We'll have Draymond Green back for that one. Expect a lot of energy here in Chase Center. You know, they were booing Domantas Sabonis every single time he touched the ball. He was getting that Marvin Bagley treatment that we give out in Sacramento. It was a good energy, and for sure, again, expect when Draymond's playing here on Sunday that not only him but this crowd is going to be incredibly hyped up. So another opportunity again for Sacramento to go up and get their third win of this series on Sunday. We'll be right here on Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel immediately following that one as well. So be sure to have notifications on. You can also check out the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., where they will be obviously talking about tonight's game. Catch me and Whitey Gleason following them, and then Cattles and Rami immediately following them as well. Tomorrow is Friday. Can't believe it. Can't believe that we're already through game 3 here. And I can't wait to be back at Golden One Center next Wednesday. Now it's a guarantee. Now we are guaranteed to have a Game 5, Golden One Center, next Wednesday. Can't wait. But I will see you guys tomorrow if you tune in to the midday show. Again, me and Whitey Gleason from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you can also catch me Sunday immediately following Kings Warriors Game 4, and hopefully then we'll be talking about the Kings heading home with a 3-1 series lead. Unfortunately, tonight Kings don't get this one. They fall to the Golden State Warriors 114-97 here in Chase Center. Kings own a 2-1 series lead. I'm just now noticing that this graphic is wrong. It says Golden State leads the series 2-1. It's fine. It's whatever. We all know the truth. For Chris Watkins, my name is Chris Watkins. I don't know. This is the end of the broadcast. I'll see you all Sunday, and again tomorrow. Me and Whitey Gleason, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Sactown Sports 1140.